What other characteristics as a, you don't like the word entrepreneur, as a business owner, do you think really personifies you as a business owner? What characteristics do you think are best for you?
I think that's probably a good point to get into, actually, the entrepreneur side, just for that, because this is a characteristic that served me really well. I don't like the entrepreneur tag because it's been taken over by the online entrepreneur gurus from the early 2010s that started selling quote unquote financial freedom, and it's absolute rubbish. And most of these people, I know a lot of these people, I'm in those circles, and I guarantee you 90% of those people, the story that they tell public is not the story that's true.
Mm.
The person that starts whatever, a content business, an audio business, a YouTube business, a podcasting business, and said they bootstrapped it with nothing and they did it all themselves. I know that's not true. They had savings, their parents gave them the money, they put that money into it. All right. I know, but they don't tell these stories. Now, that's why I don't like the word entrepreneur, because people focus too much on the label. People focus too much on, I will achieve the status that gives me absolutely nothing in return, just so that I can feel like I've achieved something that other people will respect. When actually, I'm a business person. I'm a business owner. All right. And I've got some other businesses. I've got my podcast websites business, which was my original business that still runs. We don't accept new customers. We've closed that off, but it serves the customers that we've got. And I've always been a business person. And the difference with a business person, in my view, is that they just want to get their head down and get stuff done. So podcasting is a great example of this, right? When we came into podcasting in 2012, 2013, I came in and was very respectful to everyone, very respectful. The other hosting companies, they were cool towards us. There were 2 or 3 incumbents back in the day. It's not like it is now. We were in there very early as a bit of a challenger. They were pretty cool to us. They weren't that nice to us, but that's all right. And my job was to just get my head down, build a good business, build good product, and be nice to them and be respectful and to build bridges. And now, fast forward 10 years' time, they've got masses of respect for what we've done, because we didn't do what a lot of entrepreneurs did in the space. And I say that because a lot of entrepreneurs came into podcasting 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, thinking it was a big boom. There was a lot of money. And they were going very gung-ho. They were slating some of the incumbents. They were saying, these people are rubbish because they're not me. And it was silly. There's a few of them that I can think of. And they alienated everyone. And guess what? They aren't in podcasting anymore. Like I said, fast forward 10 years from when we got into it, respect is earned. We are now very close with every one of the major hosting platform founders and C-suite execs. Just this year in LA, in Podcast Movement, I'm putting a panel on, and I've brought together some of these people, some of the upper echelons of the people driving the industry forward.
Right.
And we're all friends. And that's come through. Just get your head down, build a good product, be nice, be respectful, listen to what people are saying, be firm with your opinion, but be willing to change your opinion if it's proven that you're simply wrong. Be humble. And I think that's the difference, is that I have just focused on building business. That's it. I want to serve a good customer base with good product and amazing customer service. That is it. And that is all we've ever done. And that's all I will ever do. And like you said, the thing that served me well is ignoring that entrepreneur tag. Someone said to me years ago, you're very entrepreneurial. And I said, that's fine. I will be entrepreneurial, but I never want to be labeled an entrepreneur, because Richard Branson's an entrepreneur and Steve Jobs is an entrepreneur. I'm not. I'm a small business owner. And if I forget that, then I'll start doing it. I've seen gurus at Podcast Movement, and they know who they are, where they go to Podcast Movement, they charge money for meetups for their quote unquote fans to go and see them. And then they'll do the meetup, give 1 hour at a time, and they'll leave, and they won't walk the conference floor. They won't go to any other meetups themselves, because they've got a high-level private dinner with other entrepreneurs that are they've all just made it up. It's all rubbish. And I know that these guys are not as successful as many other people that I know. So I think that understated level of success is where you will continue to build great business, versus chasing the tag and chasing the recognition. Recognition comes after hard work and you've delivered time and time again. That's when you get recognition that lasts. And I think that's important. So that stuck with me for years. I've always imbued the idea of do the hard thing if it's the right thing. And that's always stuck with me, mate. So yeah, it's an important lesson.
It is, and I think your trends and things that people so like in COVID times, every entrepreneur influencer was talking about, oh, you need a webinar. So everyone started setting up webinars. Like 2 or 3 years before that, it was all about courses that they needed to sell. I think there is just something for business owners that have a product or service and aim to deliver the best product or service to their customers. That's not someone trying to jump on a trend to sell a course or sell a webinar. It's actually people building things. And I think there is a massive distinction. And I think you've articulated that exceptionally well. So I would 100% agree with that.